Matthew Lesko, and I can't wait to have a conversation with him today. I think we're going to talk about how to get money from the government. Is that it? Right?
You betcha.
Right?
No matter what Trump does, they're still giving away money.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's have a conversation about that because I think in my line I deal. Well, a lot of people listen to the podcast, but sometimes I like to give information to the disabled, and people that kind of need it. So
right.
I think it's going to be a cool conversation.
Everybody uses it. Elon Musk just got $38 billion. He gets $8 million a day from the government.
Wow.
Yeah, $8 million every day. That's why he's out there cutting programs for people who have no money.
That's crazy.
Because
That's
he thinks, crazy. He thinks they shouldn't have it, but I guess he should.
Well, he's rich.
Right, he doesn't even need it. That's what I'm trying to do. The rich people know about this stuff. And that's why there's all these billionaires in town now with Trump trying to get more of the money for them. And I think it should go to people who really need it. We have more poor people in this country than any other developed country. So we're number one in creating poor people. Millionaires and poor people. We're number one, baby.
For sure. And I know I'm on the process of trying to start a little cleaning company, a little business, and this will be my first time being an entrepreneur.
Okay. There's a lot of help for you.
Entrepreneurship.
Anybody who wants to start a business, there are lots of programs to help you. The SBA had a great website that kept track. See, the SBA doesn't help you that much, but they had a database that helps you. And you could go to this database and find the starter set of people that help you for free. So you don't need money, you don't need any. And actually, it's bad to ask for money when you're looking for start a business. You want to look for help. You want to look for help because there's thousands and thousands. You realize there's over 600,000 programs that give out money in the government. 600,000. So what you have to figure out is which ones are for you. So if you just say, I want money, I want a grant. So, okay, stay there and I'll give you 600,000 forms to fill out. You can't do that. Yeah. So what you got to do is find out which ones are for you. And the way to do that is to talk to people. You don't know, I don't even know. I've been studying this for 50 years and I still couldn't tell you what is good, right for you. But people where you live know that. There's people in every community, actually 40% of everything in your community is there to help you get money. I mean, that's an astounding figure to me, but that's true. I'll show you right now, okay? Are you online? Can you go online and look at something?
Yes, sir, I can.
Okay. Go to find, FINDHELP, .org. Findhelp.org. Findhelp.org. Okay. Okay, put in your zip code for Cleveland. What state is that? Tennessee?
Yep, Tennessee.
Okay, Cleveland, Tennessee. But your zip code. You put in your zip code?
Gotcha.
Okay. Now there should be a big number in the middle of the page there. You see that number?
A big number?
Well, yeah, sort of. 2,000
I think it's 2,059 programs.
Right, okay. So you have over 2,000 programs in Cleveland, Tennessee that gives out free money and help. Okay? Okay, now up on the left-hand side, there's a little search bar, window there. And you put in business.
Gotcha.
Okay. How many you got there?
It's taking me somewhere very far. Okay.
Yeah, that's okay. We're all impatient.
I'm gonna say I'm trying to look for a number. I'm seeing.
There should be a little bit on top of that. on top of the first item, maybe.
Oh, it's 63 altogether.
Okay, so you have 63 nonprofit organizations and government offices that help people start or expand a business. That's what they do all day long. Okay, they're the people you want to talk to because they've helped other people do this. They get paid to help people do this. They get paid to do this and everything. You go to Google, you're dead, man. Unless you have money, you can't play in Google. If you have money, God bless you, go to Google. But everybody's there going to get, none of these people will ever charge you money. Yeah, that's the problem. And people don't know that. And they keep going to Google. And this is government. This is people that get paid to help you. We've decided as a community, sort of like the firemen, okay? We have the firemen there. Okay, if your house is on fire, you don't go to Google and find somebody and give them your credit card and come home and put out your fire. No, we got people come and do that for free. They get paid by the community to do that. Well, we got people that are paid by the community for you to start a business. Because if you start a business, you're going to create income for yourself, maybe hire other people or whatever. So you're growing our country by doing that, okay? So that's why that is there for you, but they don't advertise. They never have advertised money to tell you that they're there, so you don't know they're there. So you go to Google and spend your money when you don't have to. But it's like that for anything. You have a disability, okay? I mean, God, if you do back up your chart there and go to put in a new, put in disability instead of business.
That number's is 328.
300? Is there that many people in Cleveland?
Sometimes it don't seem like it, but I believe so.
See what I mean? You have 328 organizations that just help people with disabilities. And they're free. They want to give you money, free services, or point you to other money and free. That's all they do. So you're talking to your uncle, who had a sore foot one day, and he thinks he knows everything about disability. He doesn't know this. No, he and that's what, I just so frustrated that people who really need it don't know. Now, here's the next step that you have to worry about. And this is the key. See, once you learn this and where these people are and if they're there, see, most people don't know that. So they're going around Google forever and never getting any help and just spinning around wheels. Once you find this, now you have to learn how to use this. This is not like Google. Everybody on Google will kiss your ass until they get your money, okay? That's their job, right? They want your money because that's how they get paid. None of these people do that. These people are already paid. They don't have to make you feel happy so you give them money. You're not giving them money. So you have to be nice to them. See? That's the way, see, because how much they help you depends really on how nice you are. Because if you're a pain in the ass, they can hang up on you and it doesn't affect their paycheck, nothing.
Yeah.
But
That makes sense.
yeah, if you're making their day, man, they'll work for you for free for 2 weeks. Doesn't matter. They were to hang around with you, then somebody else is going to yell at them.
Nobody really wants to know how to yell at you, so I
Right.
understand that.
Exactly. So that's the key. And then also to remember, a lot of times people call organizations and they want to pretend they know what they need. We really don't know what we need. We know what we want, but that's not practical, and there are other sources. You don't know what's out there. You think, if I had money, I'd solve all your problems. Yes, but there's more help than that, and you're going to miss all the other stuff. If you only go looking for money, because like the first place you called it, they don't have money, but they help you find money. So that's why the way to work with this is how to just say, I need help. My problem is I have a disability and I'm screwed. I need help. Can you help me? And they'll say yes, no, maybe. So if they say no or whatever, see, they know other people who help people too. So they could point you better to the right person for you than you spending 3 months in Google trying to find the right person, because they're part of this community of 300 organizations. Not 300 million that you'll find in Google. You just got 300 organizations that do that, and they could point you better than anybody else. So that's why it's never a wasted call if you call them, and that's the way to contact people. You get on the phone and ask them, because then you're able to understand what they have, they're understand what your needs are. You can't, I want to start a business, I have a disability. Well, that becomes a big challenge, because they could just keep sending you the stuff and go around in circles. But once you talk to people, like you and I talking now, I'm sure after what are we on 10 minutes, and you know a lot more about me and what I do. Before I was just some lunatic who talked about government money or something. And it's not that. So that's what you have to give to people for them to help you. And more importantly, is to remember helping people is selfish. It feels so good. I mean, we all know that. You want to love hard, you want to give hard, you want to, that's what's in all of us. The important things, and that's why they have a job that's important, to feel good all day by giving people money or helping them, and they're getting paid top dollar. That's a profession. Wow. That's like discovering a cure for cancer. So they have a wonderful job to do this. So that's why you give them an opportunity to help you. It is an incredible resource that we have that is not tapped in correctly. Because everybody wants to fight the government. God, these are 40% of our population is there to help us. Now, why would we fight them? Because we never find the right one. And we get the wrong one. It's sort of like me asking all the cheerleaders to go to the prom, and hey, they're out of my league. Why the fuck am I even trying?
I feel that. So big thing is just to ask for help. Like, I think a lot of us are kind of scared, or
exactly.
Like,
see, that's right. And I don't know.
Not to be a burden.
Right. But it's not. It's a community. That's why we look at a community instead of everybody as the enemy. And then you don't even approach it. And that's what I found. Dressing like this, this is me inside. So you're getting me when you see this. But what it did for me was make me fearless. Because people see me like this, and this is me, so I'm very comfortable like this. I was walking on eggshells when I first did it, but I saw it made people smile. Everywhere I go, it makes people, wow, I didn't know I could do that.
Well, it feels refreshing, to see people not conform to society.
Yeah.
And conform and be their own individual self. So it's refreshing.
And that exactly. So you're attracted to that. People want to help that. I work in line in a restaurant or something, or I get free upgrades on the airline. I don't even need it. I hate giving me a fancy seat and some little old lady down is crunched up, and she should get the fancy seat. But it is. It just changed my life, tell you the truth. And I miss it if I don't have it. And I feel also it'll go away in an instant. Like I take long walks and run every day, and people just will smile at me even if they don't know me, or just come up and hug me. You made my day. Man, there's nothing better than that, than helping somebody. That's why I feel so thankful that I could do something like this that brings a smile to somebody's day. I have nothing better in the world to do. Everybody's sick of me at home.
I understand that. Now, are you in a big city, or you
I live in Washington, D.C. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm actually from a place called Edgewood, Maryland. So
And we,
I'm
oh
right
yeah,
down the
yeah,
street from it.
yeah, oh no,
Yeah.
it's outside the Beltway there.
Yeah, I'm from Edgewood, Maryland. I went to school here in Tennessee and ended up kind of just staying out here.
Yeah, oh, that's cool.
But
What did you?
my brother?
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, your brother. What?
My brother, his family, well, my sister-in-law still in the Navy, so they're stationed in Washington D.C. right now. So
right.
they're still close to home right now. So.
Well, I was in the Navy 3 years, 2 months, and 9 days, but that was before you were born. That was Vietnam time. That's when we had that we had a draft, and I didn't want to sleep in the jungles, so I joined the Navy. Clean sheets every night.
So a question about the draft, like I don't think I've ever asked that. Like when you get drafted, do you get to choose which?
No, you can. No,
have...
the Army would be only the cannon fodder. Cannon fodder. They need somebody in the front lines because they die faster. Yeah, so they need more people. Now the Army was the only one that drafted. But if you joined another service, then you wouldn't be drafted. So you could join the Air Force or the Coast Guard or the Navy, or be drafted by the Army.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Because I never was sure on that, and I don't think I've asked anybody that before. So.
Yeah, well, I'm so fucking old, that's why you don't know anybody this old.
One day I'll be there, so.
Right.
One day I'll be there. I just turned 40.
You're halfway there.
Yeah, so it's funny though, I'm the most happiest in my life I've ever been, these last couple years.
I'm happier than that, and I'm 80, see? I believe.
So I got something to look forward to.
Oh, absolutely. Because then all that stuff, just think of when you were in 20s, all the stuff you worried about. You don't worry about that anymore, right? So as you get older, that stuff, in kindergarten, you had to worry about that, and in middle school, and then you get a whole new bug of, oh, geez, I just got good at this one. And so at 80, it's great. And if you do something, I really think about that. Number one, that you're still active, and that you're doing something that think is important or helpful to somebody else. Because if you're just trying to stack up money for the rest of your life, you may think it's helpful. Who am I to say? But I think your soul grows more by helping other people than piling up toys in the basement.
For sure. I think I was listening to a podcast the other day. Like I said, I'm trying to do this cleaning business, but it's remote cleaning business where I set my business up and I pretty much dispatch. I have independent contractors.
Absolutely. I think it's a great deal.
But there was a guy that was talking, and I guess it was his mentor that found, I forget the number. Let's just say 20 million. He had 20 million when he retired. Yeah. But 6 months after he retired, he had a heart attack and died.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So he's like, you didn't get to enjoy anything.
Exactly.
You saved the money up and you did that.
It's the journey.
So it's like, sometimes it's cool to let loose. We save up and I do stuff, but also I want to enjoy my life. I love cigars. I smoke cigars, so it's my favorite thing to do.
Well, okay, but all those 300 people that started business, here's where I would go first, though. I'm going to give you another website, SBA.gov.
Let me make a new tab.
Yeah.
SBA?
Yeah, SBA.gov /local-assistance.
Local. Yep.
-assistance, okay. And put in your zip code there if they have that yet. You can see it.
I don't have it.
Look down the page. Maybe you didn't see Lesco Help exist. SBA. Let me look at it. SBA.
Oh, yeah. Let me see. I see something at the bottom. I don't know if it's...
You see, get local assistance. You see that? And put in a zip code.
Sometimes I think I need glasses.
At 40, that's when I needed them, yeah.
It says get local assistance?
Yes, yeah. You don't see that? Well, look on top again. Maybe something's wrong. Your URL, sba.gov, and then /local-assistance. Well, let me give you another website you can start with. This is good.
I think I have it. Okay, let me put this in there. I thought I put it in there, but it didn't.
Oh, I see. Didn't take.
Yeah. So I'm putting it in there. Unless this is the same page. Yeah, there we go. I'm sorry. Because you know how, yeah.
And there are 4 or 5 organizations that are there that help you for free. In other words, you have to call and make an appointment. That's the key to all this. You call to go belly to belly or in Skype or whatever, you know, to understand you so they could point you in the right direction on which I think your idea is great. Having a disability and a minority that, you know, organizations want to give contracts to that. They have quota to make. That most organizations have to give X% to small business, minority, disability, and things like that. So it's easier to get money, and it's easier to get help to get that money. You don't have to hire anybody to do anything, and just to find the thing. There's another important website that you'll run into after you talk to these people, but it's called Apex, APEX.
Okay.
And Apex, let's see, what the APE, accelerators, ACCELERATORS. Apex, and then ACCELERATORS.US.
Yep. Okay. Wow.
Okay, that's an organization. You could find out where your local office is. Again, just to get government contracts, state, local, federal. They'll take you through the whole process for free.
Wow.
Yeah. And that's what, who needs, who has more buildings to clean than government offices?
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's a great one. There is an organization, I don't know if I could find it easily, that helps people with disabilities start a business. Maybe I could find it while we're talking here. But yeah, it's in Georgia. Let me try. Yeah, and that's all. And they get government money to help people with disabilities start a business. Yeah. But all these other organizations too. It doesn't matter. They can't discriminate against you having a disability. You know? There are laws against that. And just anyway, let me see. God. Well, actually, let me give you another link to download for money and help. It's in this one too. It's called Tiny, TINY, URL.com, then /LESCO local, LOCAL, business. Okay, that shows you how to find all the sources of business in your state. You'll find 50 to 100 of them, and that's how to search them, yeah. So you never run out of sources of help, and sources that may or not be relevant to you, but that's okay. You call them because they help people, small business. Maybe not your kind, but they'll know other kinds. So you talk to them anyway to see how they could help you.
That's cool. I like that a lot. I'm gonna be looking through that, and I'm in the process of making my own website too, because I want some of these resources to be out and people know about them. Like I said, this is one of the reasons why I do a podcast to show and have stories and sometimes bring information to people that need it that wouldn't necessarily be able to get it. So
there's one other website I think you should know about, Lucas. It's called Needy, Needy Meds, MEDS .org. All the good websites are either .org or .gov because they don't charge money. So needymeds.org. And that's where to get free and low cost prescription drugs or dental care, health care, anything. Look under the tab called Savings on top. And there's nonprofit organizations that have grant money to people with disabilities or need money because of health care conditions and things like that. So always check in there if it's money for health care.
Okay.
Okay.
I like that, yeah. That's a good one. So you say you've been doing this for 50 years?
Yep.
And why did you get into it?
Failed
just
at
to help all people, or just thought you just...
No, I failed at everything else. And then I got an MBA and I was helping rich people grow businesses. And I was in Washington. And I found out, God, they needed all this help. And I was finding it. I didn't know about Washington at all. But because I wanted to get paid, I would find help for them. And I'd find it in Washington. Anything they want to do, grow a business, start a business, whatever, hire people. There was free money and help to do in Washington that nobody knew about. And these were millionaires, so I got tired of helping millionaires. I said, I want to help everybody else who doesn't know about this. And
yes,
yeah.
You're doing a good job with that. I like that a lot. I learned some things today. That's going to help me out.
Well, I hope it does. But again,
I'm paid for it.
Yeah, you have. It's work on your side that requires. You have to talk to people and zero it down, because even in the government, it's hard to understand what that is. So you have to get passed around a bit. You know, it's sort of like asking somebody today, no, but I think my cousin would go out with you.
That's funny.
And that's how you have to do this thing. Yeah.
Yes, sir. I'm not going to take up too much of your time.
No, I got to go soon anyway, so.
I'm not going to take up too much of your time.
Yeah.
So I want to say, like, if you could leave us with one bit of information or a favorite quote or something.
Right, you bet. Okay, here's what I think is, at least the most important thing in my life right now, is your heart is smarter than your brain. You know, we try to be so smart and get expert advice and everything. And it has to come from inside. If your heart's not in it, whether it's a professional or a personal item, you know, if the love in your heart isn't there, you're not going to get through to do anything, because everything that you do is a pain in the ass. Every relationship is a pain in the ass. Every business is a pain in the ass. So you're going to quit the first time it's a pain in the ass. And you can't do that, or else you'll never do anything. So your heart has to be in it, so you get over all those hurdles that will come in front of you. And if your heart's not there, you're going to quit and find something easier, which it isn't.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Like I said, I appreciate you being on. Hopefully, you're on social media, right?
Yeah. YouTube is really big, and Instagram, we're there a lot too.
Okay. Well, I can follow you on Instagram.
Okay, great. How'd you get the disability?
I have a muscular dystrophy.
I see.
Yeah, it's called myasthenia gravis. You know, my muscles get weak faster.
Yeah.
I've had people I've met people that have the same thing that's
Yeah.
been able to walk, but like even though they walk better, they struggle with like things like swallowing and things like
Oh
that.
my
So
God.
like
It'll
it's a
get you,
trade-off. So
get you
yeah,
somewhere.
it's a trade-off. Like I've
Yeah.
seen people struggle like with the same thing that struggle with things that I don't
Yeah,
like walking. Like
right.
he's walking a little easier, but they can't swallow his other things. So I'm like, all right, I could be in a wheelchair, but I like to eat. So.
Right. Well, you got the right straw.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Lucius. Nice to meet you, and I wish you well. And let me know if I can help again. Okay.
All right, thank you, sir.
Okay.
I appreciate you so
Take
much.
care. How you doing?
Good.